Hey guys, this is Cal Jordy, founder of Fearless Transformation. Today, I wanted to be talking to you about the program that I'm created, and that is the NLP Practitioner Training. And I help people, mainly leaders, to double the results with half the time invested. And when I say leaders, I'm talking about seminar leaders, I'm talking about coaches, I'm talking about trainers, I'm talking about entrepreneurs, I'm talking about sales professionals, okay? And I'm talking about anybody who is committed to their personal development and their professional development at the same time, so that you can have the lifestyle that you always wanted, and have the relationship you always wanted, and have the money that you always wanted with freedom and ease. So that's my mission. There you go. You have it now. And if you know a little bit about myself, for those of you who don't know me, I'm originally from Lebanon. I came to the United States back in year 2000, been here for 15 years, and went to Arizona State University, graduated in engineering, and I found myself that I wanted to explore the entrepreneurial world. So I started my business for 6 years until the economy crashed in 2011. And as a result, I hit rock bottom and I lost my business, I lost my savings, and now here I am looking at a foreclosure letter on my house. And in these dark times, that's when I decided that I'm no longer going to settle for the situation that I'm in. I found myself, I'm jeopardizing my success using my mindset. I don't know if you've been in a place where you were doing so well for yourself, and yet deep down inside of you, they found that you are not deserving, or there's a conversation that things are not gonna stay good. Yeah, this is good now, enjoy it, but it's not gonna stay for too long, so might as well, ruin it right now. And this was a conversation in my head. So everybody has a different conversation, or different thing, we call them limiting beliefs. So that was one of my limiting beliefs, that is, money is hard. I grew up in a culture where, my dad is a hard worker. I used to go and help him during summertime after school, and I find him like really working hard. And then one time he stopped and he looked at me and he showed me his hands. There's blood coming out of his hands. And he told me, look how hard I'm working for you. Look how hard what I'm doing in order to take you to school and be able to feed you and get you what you want to be. And part of me, I was so grateful for what he's doing and the work that he's putting in place. And another part of me, I want to go crawl under a rock, and I wish I was never born, because I'm causing my dad so much pain and suffering. I don't know if you have a conversation that is similar to that, or you can relate with what I'm sharing with you right now. But the reason why I'm sharing that with you is, all of us, something happened in the past, and then we make a meaning out of it. So, there's something that happened, okay, and then we make a meaning out of it. So something happened where my dad, showed me there's blood coming out of his hand. That is something that happened. And then I made it mean that money is hard, and only money comes when we're like blood and tears are coming out. And that is the meaning that I carried all my life, and I found myself working so hard in everything that I do, and money comes so hard for me, and I have to struggle and challenge, and it was a struggle. And I don't know if you ever experienced that in your life in any area. It doesn't have to be, specifically that story of what happened, but something similar. It could be like you raised your hand in school, and your other students made fun of you, and then you decided that you no longer will raise your hand to anything until you wait others to do it first, and then you'll follow. It could be something like that. But that, my friend, is something that is stopping you from where you want to be in your life. And that is my mission. After the economy crashed in 2009, I was doing so well in my business, and here I am in 2011, I lost my business, I lost my savings, and I'm looking at a foreclosure letter, and I needed help. And I remember watching the movie The Secret. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it, and it was so enlightening for me at the time, because I was not into personal development at the time. And I was so enlightened that all you got to do is think positive thoughts, and then when you think positive thoughts, you're going to feel positive. When you feel positive, then you will attract more positive to your life. That's called the law of attraction. And I got so excited about it, because at the time I was so immature, or I would say immature, more of a rookie when it comes to personal development, because yet that inspired me, but it didn't show me any action plan to do, what to do. They were telling us what to do, but it's not really quite. They weren't telling us how to do it, and it was not focused on action. It was only focused on visualization and the mind, and just, imagining yourself, which is great. We talk about that in NLP. However, also we talked about the action, what is stopping us from taking action. So as an engineer, as a scientist, I go online, I start doing research about it. I mean, is it true? All I gotta do is just think positive thoughts, and then I'll feel positive, and then I'll attract more positive in my life. That just sounds too easy. It can be that easy. So as a result, I started doing this research, and I found out that quantum physics supported the idea, meaning that thoughts have frequency, and frequency attracts more like it. I got excited, except that I wanted to do action. I wanted to create actions, and I didn't know how to do that. That's when I stumbled into the technology of NLP. And NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is a technology of conditioning the mind to do and get what we want in our life, using the language that is spoken and unspoken to achieve anything we want in our life. NLP is a science of modeling successful people, see how they do what they do best, and chunk it down into pieces so that you and I and anybody else can do that same thing if we have the physical ability, obviously, to do it. Right? I'm not going to be able to do what Michael Jordan has done. I'm only 5'7", and I never played basketball, except, a couple times. But besides the point, that's what NLP is all about, is science of modeling. And that's what I dedicated my life at the time, because I was in such a dark times, and that helped me to overcome, all these dark times. And fast forward 4 years later, I am now leading the life that I always wanted. I'm traveling the world doing these trainings and these certifications, and I'm helping a lot of people to get what they want in their life out of this technology. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and I hope you're excited as I'm excited, because right now in a moment I'm going to share with you what's in it for you. So what's in it for you out of doing that training? Here's what's in it for you. In this training, what you're going to learn about anchoring techniques. Anchoring techniques, you're going to anchor resourceful state in your body so that you have access to this resourceful state. It could be, over the top state where you that's what you needed when you're maybe in front of audience, that you want to excite them, you want to inspire them, you want to teach them, you want to get them engaged, or you want to be more of a relaxed state when you're under pressure, when your emotions are high and your intelligence seems to go down. You need to learn how to manage these emotions, and that using anchoring techniques, you'll have it in your body. So for example, before I start the video, I go ahead and I fire this anchor right now, and that takes me automatically to when I'm racing my car on the racetrack and my adrenaline rushing, and I'm passing this car on from the right hand side, which is not okay to do, but it gives me the the thrill of doing that, and that memory is in my brain, and anytime that I press that, boom, it just gets me right behind the steering wheel, and I'm right driving the car. And then on top of that, when I led my first training in Beirut, Lebanon, that was in 2012, in front of 460 people, and that was the first time I speak in public. I mean, that was very, very intense, to say the least. Speaking of public, that is the number one fear that people have, is speaking in public, and that was one of my biggest fears. And here I am speaking to you here in this video, and I speak in front of thousands and thousands of people. Like for the past 3.5 years, I've led over 450 seminars all over the country in around 35 to 40 states and over 68 to 70 cities. In front of different audience, helping them transform their communication skills to others and within themselves, and the leadership skills as well. And never mind the trainings that I've been doing in NLP that is more intimate, 7 to 20 people at a time, because that's when we dig deeper, which this training, what's this going to be all about. It's going to be intimate training in order for you to get more in depth of what you want and have immediate feedback on how to get there.